Hello everyone, I'm Tofu and we're on our jungle island Tanglewood. Today we're going to be doing a complete overhaul of my player house. It's been long overdue, it looks an absolute wreck, but we're going to do the entirety of the house and make it look lovely. So, let's get on that. So I wanted my player home to feel really part of the world, so the main room is going to be my jungle room. Obviously it's my jungle island, so it makes sense that the main room would be the jungle room, right? As a result of this, I use the jungle wallpaper, the jungle flooring, and I add the jungle sound effect just to really bring home that right atmosphere of being in a jungle. I use just the ivy brick wallpaper as an accent wall, just to break up a little bit. I add some partition walls just to give the illusion there is a lot more trees and foliage in the actual build without having to sacrifice the amount of space that you do when you put down big tree items. Like the pine tree is a really good item, but it uses up so much space. Plus the partition walls just give a nice backdrop to the sofa and the table that I put down a little bit later. I really do love the Moroccan sofa. In fact, the Moroccan furniture set in general is one of my favourite additions. And I think it goes really nicely with that botanical rug, which again is something I love using. So any excuse to use it, I will. I don't usually use the birdcage item. I thought it was quite fitting, being a jungle room. You've got like a parrot-esque bird in there, and I actually use the bird mobiles and have it customised so that they look more like parrots flying around the jungle. And naturally, being a tofu build, I have to put down plants, and it's hardwired into my brain, what can I say? But I put down some plant petitions, a vine bench, a couple of plants like the Chef Lyra coffee plant, things like that. I also put down 2 gyroids just hidden behind the partition walls, just so there's a little bit of mystery, a little bit of sounds that you don't necessarily notice where they're coming from to start with. You have to look around for them. It's very fitting for my mysterious jungle theme with the UFO landing site, Roswell being potentially an alien. And then just some finishing touches like the hanging vines, the bird mobiles like I previously mentioned, and a campfire in the corner which just adds that little spark of orange and yellow colour into the corner of the room, which is very green. And here I am setting the fire off. Lovely. So I always wanted this right hand room to feel very much like a spa. So very relaxing space, very light in tone, lots of greenery. There would be a yuzu bath, and I've added another jungle scene as the accent wall, so it's something you can look over, like really nice scenery whilst you're having a nice relaxing bath. I put down the stone tile rugs, just because I thought it would make more sense having the bath on top of the stone as opposed to tatami matting, because the tatami matting would get absolutely ruined if it got soaked with water, to be honest. And I put down a few of the tool counters just to separate the space between the bath and the rest of the room. I had several bamboo partitions just to give that effect of a lot more green. I had a lot more plant petitions as well, they're like one of my favourite items. And just to really bring home that spa feeling, I've added a couple of poolside beds along with a bamboo speaker that eventually I'll put some relaxing music on. Another couple of items just to really bring home that spa feeling. I've added the bathrobe, I've added some zori because I wanted a slipper item to be honest, I prefer the Zori over the actual slippers. And I've just added a little packed bamboo lunch onto the bamboo bench, and then a rattan towel set next to the bath, along with a little zodiac dragon. I thought it would fit nicely. Then I'm pretty sure it's a law, but I have to add the wall planters in one of my builds. I can't help myself. I add a coconut planter, again just more greenery, more like a relaxing space. And little finishing touches like the ceiling fan and then the hanging screen partitions, almost like it's screened off, but obviously it's not really. And I then add the music to the bamboo speaker like I mentioned previously. So the left room was always meant to be a relaxing space as well, but unlike the spa on the right hand side, this is closer to an actual bedroom. So I've gone with my usual tones of dark woods and then blue. I've used the animated wallpaper, again just to make it a little bit more interesting as an accent wall and something to look out onto. Again, I really think it drives home that relaxing feel. I've incorporated a lot of blue throughout the build as well, so it breaks up a lot of the dark furniture. I definitely tend to favour a lot of the dark wood furnitures in this game. I really like them. And then I add a little pet bed next to my bed, and I've customised it so it looks like I've got a little Rudy cat next to me. So he's always with me, even if he doesn't want to show up on my villager hunts. I end up adding a den desk and a telescope. This is almost like a space for bird watching or something along those lines. Just, he's got a little clipboard so I can mark down things that I've seen when I'm actually in the mood to obviously sit there and look through the telescope in the jungle. But I wanted the room to have a bit of a classy feel, so I've added the cool globe, the antique bureau. Like I said, there's obviously lots of natural dark wood tones, and a few splashes of blue and a couple of plants. Like I said, I can't help myself when it comes to plants. Just the finishing touches now of the drapery, which I add in between the two pillars, and then the hanging light. I then have to move the chair so I can access the speaker, and again just add some relaxing music, but something slightly different from the last time. So we move on to the attic space, and I always wanted this to be an observatory, which I actually combine with the library wallpaper and turn it into a bit of a library observatory combo. I always thought the observatory was a cool addition to Wild World, and I wish they had brought it back. I really did wonder if they were going to bring it back in New Horizons. Obviously you've got the roost on the left hand side up the stairs. I thought the right hand side may have worked as an observatory and would give another reason to go to the museum daily. So it's just a shame that they never actually did bring it back. So I wanted to make my own space, kind of akin to that, and something that Celeste would be proud of. Again, being me, I use a lot of dark tones in this. I can't help myself. I love the dark tone woods just so much. So I put down the crescent moon seat furniture item, the telescope, the fireplace. I am actually working off of reference photos. I had pre-planned all of these rooms previously, and I noticed that something wasn't quite right, and so I just had to take a little bit of time trying to move these bookcases, move these wooden pillars, just to make sure that the telescope had enough space that I actually wanted it to. I wanted it to align with the stairs when you came up, and like I said, it just didn't seem right, and so I had to just take a moment just to correct it. Eventually I got there though. And then I start with the rest of the build, so I add a Pisces lamp, a couple of cushions, a stack of books around the bookshelves. More plants, because of course. I have the magazine rack. Even though I don't necessarily believe that Celeste would read magazines, I just like the difference in height with the furniture, and the antique clock just seemed to fit there nicely. Again, I had another Moroccan sofa into the other corner. I really like that furniture item. Small rocking chair and a Nova light I think just really fit and helped settle that corner off. I had a very quick railing using the glow-in-the-dark sticker technique that a lot of people do. And then just some finishing touches like draperies, which I've turned into the colour purple because I actually think it's closer to a nice blue than compared to the actual blue colour. And then a couple of star garlands, again just giving that illusion that there are actually stars in the sky other than the starry-scape background. And I did contemplate putting down a sound effect, but I couldn't find one I did like, and then I just turned down the lights. I think it really adds to the atmosphere in the end. I was really happy with that build. Finally, the basement build. So I really didn't know what I wanted to do with this basement space, so I ended up turning it into an archaeological dig. It's directly underneath the jungle room, the main room, so I thought, why not? I had a couple of wooden pillars into the middle, and naturally I've used the dirt flooring and the dirt wallpaper. I have left this room mostly open, but I got a few items that I thought would make sense in there. So the retro bus stop turned around kind of looks like a bit of a shed. I've added a couple of oil barrels, I had some actual barrels and some pirate barrels to the other corner. Again, I just think it works. There is something a little bit mysterious about this room. The fact there's a Tory gate, the fact that there's even an archaeological dig underneath the home itself, just gives that another little bit of air of mystery, you know? What were they digging for? What did they find? Who knows? It's a very basic design compared to a lot of the other rooms that I've done. But I add a few things just like the fossil door plates, I add a couple of cobwebs just to, again, give the illusion that it is actually a bit more of a cave, an archaeological dig site, who knows what's actually there. Add a couple of gyroids just to the wall, just a little bit of noise because I don't add any music or anything like that to this room. Couple of hanging light bulbs just to give the slight dim light. But again, I really like the atmosphere, and like I said, it adds just a little bit of mystery as to what this room actually is. Even though it's simple, I really do like this design of the room. It just adds that bit of mystery, you know, like why is it here? So welcome back from the speed build. Hopefully you enjoyed everything I did. However, some of you more keenly eyed viewers might notice that I didn't actually show off a room. The top room was left out of the speed build, but let's show it off now. So you may notice there's something pretty different compared to the rest of the rooms that I've built today. I wanted this base to be complete air of mystery, off of left field, and it's obviously Tanglewood canon that we've got. Filbert is our conspiracy guy. He's been checking up on Roswell, who he believes to be an alien. Turns out that alien was me all along. I've got my wall of screens so I can check on the island and all the villagers at any time. And not only that, but I can check on Jailtown as well. So yeah, I just wanted to add to that mystery air of the entirety of the island. So I've gone with just random furniture items. Obviously the computer servers are here to make sure that the screens are always running. I've got the ancient statue, just to add that alien feel. The fortune telling set, and then the magic flooring. I was thinking about using the candle wallpaper so that every time you came into this room the magic flooring would actually light up, but it was a bit too distracting. So this is what I went with. Very dark, very mysterious, like who knows what goes on in this room. Obviously, only I do. I thought just the lunar bed in the corner, it makes sense that I'd have this crazy room, so this is the room that I also come into if I want to visit any dreams. So guys, that is the entirety of my house build. Hopefully you enjoyed everything I did. As for the next few videos, there's going to be a few short villager fact videos. As far as longer content, I'm looking to move someone out on Tanglewood. Hopefully we can find Wendy, Rudy or Bree. And on Jailtown, I'm going to be designing a little bit more of the island. So hopefully I'll see you there. But I'll say thank you very much for watching this video, if you did indeed make it to the end. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like, consider subscribing if you haven't done already, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Have a good one!